Welcome to my shop. My name is Steve, and this video is going to be part one of a series on building a doll display case and display stand. So let's look at where I am to this point. In part one of this series, I'm going to cover the construction of the doll display case to this point. I have an upper frame assembly and a base. This design is such that it could be used for a tabletop or top of a dresser display, or in my case I'm going to build a stand, but that'll be in a later part of this series. The upper frame assembly is constructed using three-way miters. It is designed to lift off, and it's registered to the base with 3/8 inch dowels. Pull those out. The base is a frame and panel construction, again Honduras mahogany, figured maple, that's been book matched, and it's joined together with Hoffman dovetail keys. The panel is free floating, and to minimize wiggle or movement back and forth, I've put panel buddies, which are a foam rubber type material, in the grooves. Okay, the base profile looks like this. It was done on the shaper. The groove was also done on a shaper using an adjustable groover. And the dovetail slots were cut on the Hoffman MU3 dovetail machine. The upper frame assembly, the profile looks like this. This is a three-way miter cut. There's rabbets on most of the pieces for two corners. The base only has one rabbet, and that's because the base doesn't have a piece of glass or acrylic in the very bottom. Again, it's cut with W2 dovetail keys. The W2 keys I'm using are 6mm or 1/4 inch keys. They are recessed and eventually capped with this Wenge stock. So without further ado, let's just get to the build. So now that I've got the one end of the three-way miters cut on all my pieces, I'm going to cut a stop block piece. What I want to do is create a point here. The blade's still set at 45 degrees. I've got a stop block set up, and what I'm going to do is cut a 45-degree bevel on that way, flip it over, and cut another 45-degree bevel the other way. What that will do, that will give me a piece of wood that I can cut off and then use a double-side tape to tape to this stop to use as a registration point for consistency. Okay, I think that'll do. Yep, I think that's going to work. Okay, to drive the keys in the frame, it's going to be awkward to manipulate this on the workbench. So I've clamped a 4x4 post to the workbench, and I took a block of wood and I cut 3 rabbets or rebates on 3 corners. And I'm going to overhang this and clamp it in place so that I can support my frame and have something solid to drive the keys against. Just to get this held together before the glue sets. Okay, so now that my frame is all glued together, I'm going to cap the plastic dovetail keys, and I've decided to use this wingy. Get that started. And just press it flush with this wood block. Once I get that pretty close, get my grain direction. Take a very light pass with a block plane. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these, and I think this is going to wrap it up for part 1 of this doll case build. And in the next video I'll pick up with cutting glass stops and building a base. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.